Hey guys, what is up and welcome to my channel. It's a Hardback Life. My name is Jordan, and today we're going to be talking about my December TBR, which is going to be paired with the Reindeer Readathon. So buckle up, you guys. Let's get started. That's right, you guys. I'm going to be participating in a readathon called the Reindeer Readathon, which is hosted by Eric from Break Even Books. Eric is a fantastic guy. You should go check out his channel because, one, he is funny and he's just like a super nice guy. And I enjoy watching his channel. His content is great. But also, you should go check out his channel if you need to familiarize yourself with the rules and just everything, because he has the full lowdown, being the creator and such. But yeah, the Reindeer Readathon has been going on now. This is its fourth year, I believe, fourth year, and I'm super excited to be part of it. There are 5 teams, five, right? Yeah, 5. And they are Team Stocking, Candy Cane, Nutcracker, and Mistletoe. Sorry, for some reason I forgot. And I am on Team Stocking, which is led by Kristen from Kristen Craves Books, and we are going to kick some major butt. So everybody look out, because we're coming for you. Sorry. Anyway, you guys, I'm going to share with you the prompts and the books that I plan on reading for the prompts. Alright, guys, let's get started. So, with this readathon, there are 9 official prompts, and they are based off of the 9 reindeer. So Dasher, Dancer, Prancer, Vixen, Comet, Cupid, Donner, Blitzen, and Rudolph, of course. And when you complete a prompt, you can add those points towards your team score. And I think there's a spreadsheet. All that info, like I said, is on Eric's channel. And so I'm going to link his channel in the description for those of you who are participating in the readathon and forgot or something. But yeah, I will link his video in the description down below. And the prompts are Dasher. Dasher is worth 15 points, and for this one, you have to complete a series or pick up a book that you put down. And if neither of those work, you can read a short story or a novella. And my choice for that is Clockwork Princess by Cassandra Clare. Now, for those of you who don't know, Cassandra Clare is my favorite young adult fantasy author. I love her books. I think I read the City of Bones, which is the first book in the Shadowhunter universe that was ever written. I read that back in 2008-ish. I don't remember. It was like well after the first book had been published. So there was already, I think, 4 or 5. I could be wrong. Anyway, I'm a huge fan of her books. This is the 3rd and final book in the Infernal Devices trilogy. And it's about a girl named Tessa who leaves New York to go to London, England, to find her brother, because her brother has said that he was in trouble in a letter, And so she rushes to find him and help him. Little does she know that it's a trap. And so she ends up stuck in this house with these two warlock sisters. And the shadow hunters accidentally stumble upon her and they save her. And it goes from there. And I can't say any more because that'll spoil a lot of things. And I don't want to spoil. I don't like spoiling. Anyway, this is my third time reading this series. It's my favorite series of all time. Pretty much, yeah. My favorite series of all time. So I'm happy to be finishing it again for the third time. Okay, so the second prompt is Dancer. And that is read a book with cursive or fancy font on the cover. Oh, by the way, if I didn't say this before, the first prompt was worth 15 points. Dancer, I think, is worth 10 points. And I'm going to actually post the picture of the prompts and the points that go with it up here on the screen in a little bit here. So Dancer's worth 10 points, and it's a read a book with cursive or fancy font on the cover, or flowy font on the cover. And for that, I chose Legendary by Stephanie Garber. I read Caraval for the first time back in September, the first book, and I really, really loved it. But it wasn't the first Stephanie Garber book I read. The first Stephanie Garber book I had ever read was Once Upon a Broken Heart. I read that for the first time in April of this year. And then hearing that the second book was going to come out, I reread book 1 in October. And I finally read book 2 this past month in November. And I loved it more than book 1. But yeah, this one I'm super excited for because it's the second book of the Caraval trilogy, and I'm looking forward to it. Okay, so the third prompt is Prancer. Prancer is worth 20 points, I believe, and it says read a book with your favorite season on the cover, or if it's not or if it doesn't, if the book is not necessarily showing your favorite season on the cover, it could be a book with the colors associated with that season on the cover. And I chose for that one Whiteout by Ken Follett. I think that's how you say his name. Ken Follett is mainly a historical fiction author, but he writes other genres. Like, this is a thriller, so I can't wait to read this because I want to see how he does with a thriller. Alright, the next one is Vixen, and that's worth 15 points. And Vixen says, read a book you might want to read, but it might be overhyped. Now, ladies and gentlemen, a lot of people are skeptical about reading books when they are overhyped. I am one of those people, but I give in to the hype eventually, every time, pretty much. And because of that, I chose to read Book of Night by Holly Black. Now, this book deals with shadow magic, and I don't think I've ever read a book that deals with shadow magic. So I'm looking forward to this. And also, this will be my first Holly Black book I've ever read. I once said that I was never going to read a Holly Black book ever, but I broke that when I bought The Cruel Prince. And now I bought the Book of Night. or is it? It's just called Book of Night. So I'm gonna read this first. Hopefully, I like um, Holly Black's writing. Otherwise, I'm gonna be DNFing and unhauling, and I don't want to do that. But I think I might just read Cruel Prince regardless, even if I don't like this one. You never know. So this is Book of Night by Holly Black, and I'm looking forward to it, even though I'm nervous, because, like I said, this one has been talked about like crazy. And yeah. Oh, it's also a Book of the Month edition, so I really hope I like it, because I don't like getting rid of my Book of the Month edition books. Okay, Comet is the next one. Comet is worth 25 points. Ooh, that's a biggie. And then it says, read a book with an astronomical word in the title. And examples like that are sun, moon, sky, night, or anything like that, or just anything like space kind of vibe in the title. Just like anything, yeah. Because for that I chose the Stardust Thief. Stardust is obviously astronomical because it's a space word, space kind of word, whatever have you. I don't know much about this book, but I know it's the first book in a trilogy, planned trilogy, I believe. And the Sand Sea trilogy is what it's called. So I'm going to go into this blind. It's also another Book of the Month edition. I need to read more of my Book of the Month books because I keep buying them and then I let them pile up. Is Cupid. Cupid is a book with your favorite trope. And one of my personal favorite tropes is the found family trope. And for that, I'm going to read The House in the Cerulean Sea. Or is it Cerulean? Cerulean? Many people say different things. I don't know how to say it. I'm just going to say Cerulean. I'm going to say Cerulean. Yeah, The House in the Cerulean Sea. I said it different again, didn't I? Oh, who cares? The House in the Cerulean Sea by T.J. Klune. This is about I can't remember the Linus Baker is a caseworker and he goes to this orphanage full of magical children, and he has to determine whether these magical kids are dangerous. And if they are, he has to alert people, and then if they are bad, then unfortunately they have to die. But obviously our main character connects with these kids and another character in this book, and I've heard it's so heartwarming of a story, and it's obviously has fantasy elements. And so I'm excited to read it. This is also another overhyped book. I could have chosen for the prompt talking about overhyped books, but I chose to go a different route with that. And so I'm reading this one, and I can't wait to read it. Our next prompt, you guys, is Donner. Yeah. And that is, read a book that you want to read, but you are not a fan of the cover. That book that I'm choosing to read, but I'm not a fan of the cover, is Crush by Tracy Wolff. And obviously, she went with a Twilight kind of vibe with the covers, with the lone, like, fruit on the cover, or just the certain object or whatever have you. And the reason I don't like this cover is because that's a pomegranate, ladies and gentlemen. I don't like pomegranates. I don't like the flavor of it in drinks. I just don't like pomegranates. They taste weird to me. And yeah, I just have this weird... Yeah, I mean, obviously I don't like them, so seeing it on a book cover is just kind of making me But this is the second book in the series Crave, and it's about a girl named Grace who is unfortunately having to move to Alaska to be with her remaining family, and because her parents died. And when she goes to live with her family, weird things start to happen because she attends this boarding school that is very mysterious, and the more she finds out, the more weirder it gets. And I loved book 1, and I'm excited to read book 2. Oh, Donna was worth 20 points. Okay, the next one was Blitzen, and that's worth 20 points. And Blitzen says, use a random number generator to find a number between 0 and 9, and the last page must end in said number. Now, I did that. The number I got was 2, and you will not believe how hard it is to find a book that ends in that number. So, like, it shouldn't be hard because, I mean, the number is 2. So, like, if you have a book that's 652 pages, then you're golden. For me, I kept finding books that had odd numbers or numbers that didn't end in 2. And I was just like, no, why is this stupid prompt so evil? And there was a book that I landed on that was 482 pages, but it's a book that I've put down twice, and I want to finish it. But, like, I'm not in the mood to read it. And I'd have to start it over because I get to the same spot every time, and I don't know, I forget what I read. So I don't feel like doing that right now. But yeah, so I chose a different book, and the book I chose is Fireborn by Rosaria Munda. This is about a group of people that are dragon riders, I believe. And one of them, I think, has to betray the other one. I can't remember exactly the whole spiel, but because I read the synopsis briefly multiple times. But I've been wanting to read this series like since last year when Jessie May first talked about it. Which, by the way, if you have not gone and watched a single video from Jessie, you should. She's fantastic. And I'm going to link her down in the description as well because she's another awesome booktuber and a friend of mine. And yeah, you should check her out. But this is Fireborn, the first in a trilogy. And is it called the Fireborn trilogy? I'm going to say it is. I don't know the official name of the trilogy. We're just going to call it the Fireborn trilogy. Alright, and the last book in the readathon is Rudolph. Rudolph says start a new series, and for that I chose The Blade Itself by Joe Abercrombie. And this is a series I've been wanting to read for years, but I just never felt good about picking it up. And so now I'm going to do that. And I'm very excited because this book is also overhyped. And I like I said, I just can't wait to read it because it's an author I've never read from before and a book series I've never read from before. So I am super pumped. I hopefully am going to get to this in, I'm going to say middle of December. Hopefully sooner, depending on my mood, because I'm a bit of a mood reader. So yeah, that's why I like readathons, because you have multiple books you can choose from to read. Anyway, you guys, that was my reindeer readathon. My TBR for the reindeer readathon. Let me know if you're participating in the readathon by posting down in the comments. If not, then are you still gonna follow along with us and do some of the prompts for yourself? And let me know if you're reading any of these books. Until next time, you guys, have a great day. Bye. Hey guys, it's Jordan again. I realized that while editing this video, I forgot to talk about the bonus prompts for this readathon. And these bonus prompts, by the way, are prompts that you can do within the prompts you were already doing. So let me give you a demonstration. So the first prompt for bonus prompts is Christmas Star, and that's read a book that is over 500 pages. And say you are doing the Rudolph prompt, which is the last prompt, and that is start a new series. That's 15 points. You can add, I think, an extra 25 points to that for your book. Like, say it's over 500 pages, the first book, and the start a new series. You can add an extra 25 points to your score for that, and that would increase your team's score. And that, my friend, would be awesome. Or any of the other prompts. Also, before I continue with the other prompts, you can't double dip with the extra prompts. That's what I was told, and makes sense. But yeah, you can't double dip, so once you use one of the bonus prompts, you can't use them again for another prompt. The next prompt is Christmas Lights, and that is read an ebook, and that is worth 15 points. So if one of the books you're reading for the readathon is an ebook, you get an extra 15 points for that. And then the next one is Christmas Carol, and that is read an audiobook. So if one of the books you chose to read for the prompts is an audiobook, you get an extra 20 points for that. And then the last one is Slaying It. And that means basically that you have finished all the books for the readathon that you are doing, or that we are participating in. And that means you just got 50 extra points for your team. That is freaking awesome. And I don't know if I'll be able to do that, but I'm going to try my hardest. And get those 50 extra points for my team. But like I said, I don't think I'm going to be, I don't know if I'm going to be able to do it. I'm not going to say I don't think I can, because that's negative talk. And we don't want any negative talk here. But yeah, so if you finish all the prompts, you get an extra 50 points. And that is freaking awesome, like I said. And it also says here on the rules that you can redo one of the prompts for another book, I think. Don't quote me on that for sure. I would double check with Eric, either on the Discord or on the or on his video that you can go look at the rules for that. I'm going to link his video down in the description for those of us who have already who are participating, because we always need a reminder just in case we forget something. Anyway, you guys, that was it. I just wanted to share with you the bonus prompts because, like I said, I forgot to say them. But it's okay. And also, by the way, if you are filming, or if you are doing this, or if you're participating in this readathon, let me know some of the books you're reading. Anyway, you guys, that's all for today. I hope you have a great day and a wonderful Christmas, which is coming soon. I need to get my shopping done. Alright, bye you guys.